Oh hey, welcome back to another video. I am starting off by showing you my Twaid out results for the second series on this channel. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram to vote what products you want me to use on my next Twaid out next week. Other than that, look at this definition. I hope you enjoyed this video and stay tuned for tips and tricks on how I achieved this look. Today we're going to use some Treluxe products to achieve the second Twaid out, a part of the series this month. And the products I'm going to use is the 4-in-1 Hydrating Cream. And I'm actually going to use a new Treluxe product that I haven't used before, which is the Reflex Curl Styling Serum. I don't know if it'll focus, but this is what it looks like. Just so you know, I will be doing more than half of my hair off camera, and then I'll definitely show you, a section where I will be twaiding my hair. I am back. And as I said, I did the majority of my head, and I just left that little section out, which probably will be 1 Twaid instead of 2. I don't know yet, but let me turn around so that you can see what the rest of my hair looks like. I also wanted to let you guys know that a lot of the footage in this video is in real time so that you can understand the tips that I tell you, so that you can see how I Twaid, etc, etc. So be a little patient. I don't last too long, but I definitely wanted you guys to see this style and the results. Okay, so it only took me about, I would say, 30 minutes to do this entire style. I will definitely give you the tips that I learned while I was doing it so that you can, if you come across this, know what to do. So for this entire style, my hair has been in this state. So as you can see, it's not wet, but it's also not fully dry. I love the fact that I added the leave-in conditioner in the shower, because despite the 30 to 45 minutes or 35 minutes it took me to style my hair still has that moisture in it. It's still detangled, it's still soft, and that's what you want. So I'm going to grab a little bit of this Curl Supreme. I love Treluxe products because it has great ingredients, it smells amazing, and my hair really likes it. Now this is the first time that I'm using this curl serum, and not only is it light with a little bit of thickness in it, it smells really good. It's supposed to provide a little bit of hold, which is why I am not applying any gel today. So now that that's done, I'm going in with my Denman brush just to make sure that my hair is fresh and with no tangles. And instead of doing 2, I'm only going to do 1. Okay, so I can already see that this is gonna be a thin section, pretty thick and the thickest. So what I'm going to do is take some hair from this section and move it on to this section. And I will tell you why in a minute. Reposition myself. Okay. Really grip my strands. Perfect. So as I braid, I'm going to give you tip number 1. Tip number 1 is to make sure that when you grab your strands to either braid or twist, you commit. And when I say commit, I mean committing, not borrowing strands if you feel that one section is thinning out. Because just like I readjusted the amount of hairs within each section before I started to braid, that's what you need to do. If you start borrowing strands in between braiding or twisting, or if you're doing a Twaid, then your hair is going to dry that way with all of the borrowed strands in between those strands. And when you separate, your hair is going to be a frizzy mess, because that's what I realized I did last time, or at least in 1 or 2 strands. Okay, so now that I'm satisfied with where my braid is, I'm going to 3-strand twist. How I 3-strand is the middle strand stays exactly where it is. I think about it like a merry-go-round. So I'm going to be quiet so that you can see, and then I'll explain. This is the middle strand. Keep your eyes here. The only thing I'm readjusting is my fingers. This middle strand is staying exactly where it is. The only other things moving is these 2 sections, because they are the ones that are in rotation, going around like a merry-go-round. So if you think about it, this is the stick, and these strands over here are the ones that are constantly going in rotation. So this is the strand to the right, readjusting my fingers, okay, holding the middle tight against my finger, grabbing the strand to the right, moving it to the left. Okay, nothing has changed. You're just seeing the pull from a different angle. So now I'm taking this strand all the way to the right, readjusting my fingers. This middle strand isn't going anywhere, and I'm just moving that over to the left. So it definitely takes some time to get used to, but that is the best way for me to explain how to 3-strand twist. And if it looks exactly like mine, that's perfect. You want to make sure that it's nice and tight and that you take your time. So while I finish up this twist, tip number 2 is to make sure that you're braiding and you're twisting, or you're braiding and twisting tightly. Because as you know, once you start twisting, or if you are going to twist with a regular 2-strand twist style or in a Twaid out, your twist will unravel. And you want to give it that tightness when you're initially tightening your twist, so that, you know, when they unravel, they don't unravel too much. That is tip number 2. All I'm doing now is just finger coiling my ends, and then I'm letting it go. This twist right here is a perfect example. Take your time, nice and tight, and this is what I would call a perfect Twaid. You have your braid here, and then your transition was nice and smooth until you completed your twist. Okay, so the 3rd tip, if you have to redo a Twaid, redo it. As you can see here, the braid looks nice, but once it comes here to the twist, it looks kind of crazy. Why? Because this right here is not perfectly untangled. You can tell between this twist and this twist. So you want to make sure that you untwist this, make sure that you fully detangle, and then retwist it. Because if you do not, your hair will dry this way. And when you untwist it, once it's dry, there's no real way to overcome how this looks. It's gonna be frizzy. It's not gonna look nice and cute, you know, nice and fresh, nice and perfect like this one or this one. So overall, make sure that you are taking your time, because if you don't, you will be very disappointed that you have spent 20, 25, 30, 35, or even 45 minutes styling your hair for it to not even look kind of decent. Now, if I wanted to be lazy and leave it like this, I can, because the rest of the hair will look nice. And I will, you know, I can hide it. I can fluff it out, pick it out, and it will work. However, I don't want to do that. So off camera, I will fix it, and that's about it. So this is what my hair looks like. I really love how it came out. It took longer than doing a 2-strand twist. However, I am seeing that I have much more I would say, length retention. Hopefully this comes out nice, okay? These are my dried Twaids. And as you can see, I have a whole bunch of shrinkage. But I'm not mad at it because shrinkage is a sign of healthy hair. So with that being said, let's move on. And I'm going to use a light oil, jojoba oil to be exact. And you can use any light oil that you please, but you want to make sure that you use a light oil because that reduces frizz. So when it comes to separating this 3-strand twist, this is only my second time ever in life doing it. And I just figured I would grab the 3 strands and separate them in the opposite direction that I twisted them. But listen, it was a struggle. So I eventually found an easier way. But before I share that with you, let me just show you these results. This definition is great. So what you want to do is just untwist with your finger and then grab one of the strands and they should all separate, just like you see there. Super quick, super simple. Let me give you a glimpse of this definition because I am in awe, and then I will separate and we'll just move on with this video. So again, just make sure that you're taking your time and you're not rushing the process. Unravel with your finger and then separate. The fact that I found this out during, separating just makes me so happy. So if that method works for you, let me know. If the initial method that I struggled with works for you, also let me know down in the comments. Okay, so these are the final results. I am super duper 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 happy second time around. Not only did I take my twist down after 2 days, but I also did a 3-strand twist instead of a 2-strand twist. And let me tell you, it was easier to do and easier to take down. It wasn't as complicated as I thought it was going to be in the beginning, but if you just unravel with your finger and then find that 1 strand within the 3-strand and remove it, easy. I have amazing definition. I'm so happy. I have a little bit of frizz right here, but that's also okay. Slap it up with a tiny bit of oil, twist it with your finger, and you're good to go. This definition is crazy. Crazy. I'm definitely not going to pick, fluff, or anything. I'm going to let my hair just be for a full day before I decide to pick for volume and all that good stuff. So if you want to see any cute styles that I create with this Twaid out, make sure that you follow me on Instagram so that you can keep up with me, or I just might include it in this video. Nah. I hope you like this video. Overall, I really love my results. Tell me what you think. Also, be sure to start voting for the next Twaid out, which will be the 3rd video in this December series of having a Twaid out. So far, I have Nature's Little Secret, and I also have As I Am, the Long and Luxe collection. Those are the 2 that are winning right now. If you really want, again, to change that voting, make sure that you vote on my Instagram stories and also leave a comment down here in this video. Peace and love. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you next time.